kindly intervene. The present condition of this market is exceedingly deceptive. This market is absurd. It is amusing. This market is once again a sham. I mentioned that XRP would be valued at $162.00 in December 2024, although I am uncertain about the specifics. The 9th of December is approaching, everyone. At that time, XRP had a value of approximately $2.00. Could someone elucidate the process? 30 XRP is officially decreased to $162.00. At $161.00, or 1 cent or half a penny, it reached its nadir. Is that accurate, everyone? It surpassed the recently issued forecast. This market is once again a sham. Let us engage in a discussion regarding the market. If that constituted a nadir, what would be transpiring presently? Numerous uplifting narratives are circulating, therefore let us analyze it. The market for XRP compared to Ethereum is rapidly expanding. Ethereum seems to be mirroring the XRP cycle, characterized by stagnation and decline, while Bitcoin and Ethereum continue to thrive. What is occurring, everyone? Ethereum is indeed progressing, indicating that a coin or other asset cannot remain inactive for an extended period. If you examine XRP to ascertain the position of Ethereum at its nadir, it seeks Ethereum, therefore I anticipate it will not remain offline for an extended period. It aims to kill the 1-month VWAP for XRP is approximately $2.13. Whereas the 3-month VWAP presents a resistance level. Indeed, referencing other instances, an individual did raise this matter when they were en route to this location. An inverse head and shoulders pattern is evident, with the right shoulder as the target and the left shoulder as the head. The objective is roughly $2.50. That is intriguing. If additional P could genuinely maintain these levels, it appears that this would be consistent. It is slightly presently valued at $2.15, which is excellent. Elevated objectives will now be observed. What is the purpose of pumping? We invested $1 billion, 0 cents USD, in the Tether Treasury 13 hours ago for this reason. Consequently, we pumped again. Tether is the sole company providing support for this market. Despite the predominance of counterfeit currency, legitimate money does circulate. Apollo's principal duty in this market is to acquire and produce as extensively as possible. In actuality, there are $8 billion 0 cents in short positions that must be liquidated at $90,000 0 cents for Bitcoin proponents. That is astonishing. They will inevitably apprehend that individual. I saw that substantial profits can be realized if the prices of various cryptocurrencies increase, as numerous individuals are inclined to sell their Bitcoin, which is presently valued at approximately $8. Aspect's $5 billion 0 cents will be acquired at 92 kg presently, while $90,000 0 cents corresponds to $8 billion 0 cents at a future time. Will they proceed with that now or after they release it again? It would be most logical to be honest if they were to deceive everyone again. Consequently, they should proceed to execute it. Indeed, that is my perspective on their potential course of action at this moment. What is the current price of Bitcoin? $185,000 0 cents. It is nearly complete with an additional $5 0 cents required. It is noteworthy that an individual recently acquired $200 million 0 cents in Bitcoin. He must possess a hint. He stated, "Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. I am unaware of who has been purchasing numerous items from this location." Upon the fluctuation of Bitcoin's price began to ascend, after which he divested some, acquired further shares, and subsequently procured even more. He is presently earning millions of dollars, potentially as much as $7 million 0 cents. I am uncertain whether he remains engaged in this trade, yet if he does, his commitment is absolute. $8 million, 0 cents, gentlemen. Does that correspond to his bankruptcy threshold of $3,000? 0 cents appears to be the appropriate sum. Will persist in ascending. If Gar exits this transaction and retrieves his funds, he is likely to be abandoned instantly. The White House announces that President Trump will confer with the president of El Salvador on Monday. I am uncertain of the origin of this bargain, but it has been sourced from someplace. Discussions regarding Bitcoin in El Salvador suggest the potential for a forthcoming beneficial development. Those individuals are genuine Bitcoin maximalists due to their profound affection for Bitcoin. They indeed possess Bitcoin. Since Bitcoin declined to $16,000, 0 cents, they have been acquiring it. As you noted, President Bitcoin will visit the White House on Monday to discuss the level of cooperation among all parties. We also acknowledge President Bitcoin of El Salvador's support in facilitating our return to El Salvador. Salvador and the gang members who unlawfully entered the nation during the prior government will address a different matter. Nonetheless, due to their enthusiasm for Bitcoin, it is likely that they will mention it. Should they do so, it would signify a really favorable indication. Furthermore, Binance's creator, CZ, recently asserted that Bitcoin will inevitably attain a value of $1 million, 0 cents. We are merely commencing. These are pricing estimates from individuals aware that the men making these calls are within the company. Therefore, we should contemplate it with due seriousness. In my view, we have yet to reach the pinnacle. Before disintegration occurs, we must observe the diminishing joy and witness the entirety of the season anticipated by the year's conclusion. What will be the future trajectory of Bitcoin's price? 1,300,600. Let us conduct an investigation. While you may be uncertain about Bitcoin reaching $1 million, 0 cents this year, you are confident that it will. Affirmative, progressively. I am uncertain when that will occur, next month, next year, or at another time. But I believe we have sufficiently accelerated for this technology to commence. Individuals appeared to anticipate the prompt occurrence of numerous events. As a result, in 1995, individuals wished to conduct a live video conference. We continue to utilize video conferencing, however, it is not invariably straightforward. Are you able to hear me? Are you able to perceive my presence? Furthermore, I contend that it necessitates multiple components. In 1995, the absence of payment, shipping, or delivery options deterred individuals from embracing e-commerce. Consequently, Amazon dedicated considerable time to the endeavor. Individuals, in my view, are oblivious to the duration required to initiate a business and then exhibit impatience. Nonetheless, I contend that we have performed admirably over the long term. We have been involved in the Bitcoin sector for around 15 years. Initially, it received little consideration. Thereafter, its nature remained unknown, and only recently have individuals begun to regard it with seriousness. It appears to me that this is merely the inception, and I believe we have decades remaining to develop it. Corporation, this suggests that we will, in my estimation, attain $1 million. 100,000 Bitcoins, if he refers to a distant future, such as 5 or 10 years from now, it will be subsequent to the crash, when Bitcoin is likely to have perished, after which it may resurrect and attain elevated prices. We will not be excluded by pricing, although some individuals are already experiencing this exclusion. The current moment.